Hello and welcome to the Collegiate Bruin Battle League Season X A-Tier Finals. This is the Android Tier Finals. I'm joined here with Silver Tabby. Thank you for joining.
Hello, hello, and welcome back to college as we have a wonderful set of Dragon Ball matches for you.
This is our A-Tier, which it just so happens in this league everyone was a killer. So A-Tier is our bottom tier, and also a bunch of vicious people all above Supreme Kai level.
Oh yeah, this Tyson Cephas guy, a wonderful Twitch stream by the way. You should go and subscribe to it. Did a really good job of advertising the league to outside of just the UCLA area, like grabbing across the country and going to just general FGC stuff, bringing in a bunch of alumni from various universities. So, in addition to our normal rotation of people who are just picking up the game for the first time as part of these ongoing leagues, we also got multiple people who have gotten top 8 at majors entering just because.
Killers. Absolute
in order to keep
killers.
people sane and not getting murdered by the top 8ers, we have the finals split into 2 sections, and this is the lower bracket that we've got going on today, as our other commentator has joined us today. Introduce yourself, Marshall.
Hi, appreciate you all inviting me, and I'm Marshall, and I'm main Yamcha, and I put Yale down as my university.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and happy to be here.
Marshall, is there any chance you could join the lobby too?
That is a great idea. It is taking its sweet time, so.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, when you are ready, we can pop off. I just joined myself. And it will be me versus Royal here.
Right. No.
And if you could keep chatting just a little, I'm going to check my stream real quick.
No, that sounds good.
Make sure that the sound is coming out to the people.
We have a relatively small bracket that we're running here today, but we do have a full double elimination going on in order to find out the Android tier of our Collegiate Bruin Battle League Season 10, or CBBL, or I kind of want to call it Kibbles. As we've got a bunch of people from the... Looks like almost everyone here in the Android section is going to be from Southern California. I'm seeing UC Davis, UC Berkeley, UC Los Angeles.
Indeed, those are the 3 schools competing among 5 people here. I think it's going to come down to UC Davis versus UC Berkeley, but I'll try to keep UCLA hanging in there.
I'm sure you can pull through.
Here's
the one UCLA boarding the host region of the entire tournament. Our very own stream runner, Saito Tifas, is the single representative from UCLA, as neither of our commentators are UCLA either. We have Yale and Cal Poly San Luis Obispo.
That was pretty good. I go with the pronunciation Sinotetifus for this completely made up
Sinotetifus
name. Yeah.
How did you come up with that?
I wanted something that sounded a little science-y, and I enjoy the color blue.
So cyan and then Titifus.
Yep, you got it.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to start calling you Sino, as in the Sinosaural beacons from EVE Online. Which is like a French Sinosaural, I believe is a French that just means north, like North Star.
Oh, interesting. A little extra lore I can input the next time I tell people what's up.
As long as you don't go by Guy.
I am calling in the fleet in EVE Online.
Marshall, just checking with you. You're about ready to join?
Yeah, no, I'm in the game, so I'm just joining the lobby now.
Okay, it's 0110. And we're right in the middle. Oh, please don't stream snipe us. Oops.
Okay, who's actually going to go back to the playback of our... The viewers have not had a chance to show up yet, but we're here for the long-term tale of this wonderful little event.
Right? No.
Indeed. Just while we're waiting for Marshall, I can tell you that today our players are playing for $10 for first place, $5 for second place, and the third place gets a spin on the Wheel of Glory, the Wheel of Almost Glory. It's a bunch of like indie game keys.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
actually
that
really,
actually sounds like a lot of fun.
That's pretty high.
We're priced up. You guys will be playing for, we've got $55 in the pot. I haven't figured out the split yet, but there will be, thanks to a generous donation from one of our admins, Ciro the Hero, you guys will have $55 to fight over.
Whoa.
Probably something like 30-25 or something like that. We'll figure it
As
out.
a little bit of surprise support goes a long way for making everyone involved just feel how real like the actual event is. I know there's some people, apparently especially the French Dragon Ball scene, like even just having like $5 prize money on the line makes people play better than like a full-on major tournaments level of competition. Like it really does make the entire event feel more real and like force you to lock in and focus.
It brings out like the exaggerated swagger of like an Evo tournament. You know what I mean?
Well, if you guys are ready, I'm going to hop in now.
As we are running our first game of the night, we have Royal Nickel representing UC Davis against
Cyanotyphus.
Beautiful.
Cyanotyphus from our local host school, UCLA, and the organizer of the entire tournament, as we see what we've got going on. Both of them playing relatively safe and cautious round starts, backing up, which is the single safest way to go about doing it, and the first throw comes through.
No, I've had an opportunity to play against Royal Nickel, and I will say is that his Yamcha game is on point. So I'm curious to see how that comes out in this game.
Yeah. For those who aren't familiar with Dragon Ball, Yamcha A-assist is consistently one of the single best assists in the game, and has been that since day one when the game was released. And the character himself is like known for making some really crazy comebacks, but he's not been having the best patch cycle over the years.
No, there have been some ups and downs, so it's always a treat to see Yamcha on anchor. But that is the first character down.
First character down as Cyno gets thrown 3 times in a row. Royal Nickel is actually putting some really good work in with the just simple, aggressive footsies, run-up jab with the Team Gohan. Especially like the way that Royal Nickel is using the assist to cover his approaches as well. Oh, that is footsies.
That was... He's really mixing it up.
Team Gohan is one of the weirder characters in this game. Oh, you gotta vanish that.
Yeah, no, that's 2 down. Throwing out a level 1 in neutral with Team Gohan is a little wild.
Level 1s in neutral are like relatively rare in this game, which is unusual compared to a lot of other tag games. Marvel 3, Marvel Infinite, BB Tag, and even Skullgirls, just throwing out raw super in neutral is a surprisingly good tactic. It's only Dragon Ball where it's relatively uncommon. But still, it's better than it looks, because every super in this game is with an undocumented patch note, has a little bit of invulnerability on it.
There's like 2 frames, I believe, with oh wow, no, that's a good take.
Wait, a reversal level 6,
and that's against him, his first character down.
Is able to dump extra meter into his level 3, and oh, the armor goes through it.
Oh wow, no, this is Tien is one of the best anchors I think in the game. He you'll see tier lists putting him much lower in general, but for that position alone, he serves his purpose really well.
Although I'm personally not the biggest fan of Tien, I can't argue with his results. Like, Tien has, even if he doesn't have any specifically crazy tool to just say, I win the situation, like some of the other top tier characters have access to, Tien at least, like, is really good at playing the fundamentals of Dragon Ball and forcing players to like make decisions against you. You're going to play RPS, or do you have making guesses like a Street Fighter. Additionally, the extremely high damage output means that if he wins that RPS, he's going to be in a really good spot compared to where you are.
Absolutely. That is the first game of the set down, and we can thank Arxis for their wonderful netcode.
As a reminder, this is a first to 2 bracket, first to 2 matches and a double elimination bracket, as Cyno just said that he's going to be swapping controllers, so we've got a minute to spare.
Okay. No. You go ahead.
So, decision on what controller to use in Dragon Ball is a little bit more balanced than you'd expect. The game was made with gamepad in mind. The extra macros, especially for Super Dash and Dragon Rush, are like extremely nice to have access to. And a lot of times, full arcade sticks can't fit a spark macro on it when you really need to be able to hit that 5-frame buffer window to do wake up spark in a bad situation.
Right.
I actually switched to get access to right. My right direction wasn't working.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So.
The sticks.
Oh.
And we now have a working controller, and Sino is in a rough spot, being forced into the corner with Dingo on EX legs, plus on block pressure.
That's not a good position to want to be in, especially in regards to that pressure he can put out. But he does get out of it. And that reversal.
Team Gohan's auto combo is one of the auto combos of all time. It has way better tracking and startup properties than you'd ever expect.
It's certainly unique, I will say that. Among anyone in his tier, he does fit his own sort of category for what he can do.
Woo! You see
that? Was a great auto.
As a reminder, Go ahead.
No, you please, go ahead.
As a reminder, the entire point of this league is so that every season, if we get a bunch of people to pick up a brand new fighting game for the first time and pull in a couple of more experienced veterans to potentially help coaching it. So, for those watching at home, these are people who have probably only picked up Dragon Ball for this one specific tournament. So this is like fresh. Oh, the armor going for the Dragon Punch!
Every time I can glaze on Tien as an anchor, he's just so good. Through the assist, if he can keep the pressure up, if he can like just find a way to kind of break through that on Gohan, but looks like we're being turned around here.
Sino. Dragon Ball is unique in how many things it asks you to keep track of. Everything is individually reactable, but if you have to keep track of all of them, good luck with that.
Well, especially if the opponent has any sort of like knowledge on pressure that they can do with their assists as well. It's a lot to take in, especially when it comes to block strings, and that's one of the scariest things.
Team Gohan EX legs in particular, although we might not be seeing any more of it, can threaten a true 50-50 mix-up if it's covered by an assist in particular. So that one has to be very careful to deal with. Sino is trying to work this 2v1 comeback with the Tien. Counter hits. Trunks? Okay.
Trunks putting in work.
Trunks will always cross up after the auto combo, unless he's in sparking, then he can jump cancel the auto combo with a Tiger Knee to hit the same side. But it's a sparking only feature.
Right.
Oh, the armor goes right through it! Happy birthday. Only hits the main point character, but this is huge. This is might be what Sino needs in order to make the comeback happen. Spark out of the situation. Oh, the flip license on deck. That was actually a really beautiful bit of motion from Royal Nickel, using the tiny startup on that EX flip. Like, by the time you visually saw the EX flash, Trunks was already had the button out. And that was extremely good play from Royal Nichols using that flip license at the very last moment. As Royal Nickel takes it for UC Davis 2-0.
No, that was a good set. It was I've been seeing a lot of improvement from Royal Nickel, and especially in regards to that movement that was just demonstrated there. So I'm pretty excited to see how he does through this. He might be my pick, but I'm impartial.
As Royal Nickel as like a really fun team with no DLC characters on it, actually.
No.
To watch and play, especially the Team Gohan. He's a bit rarer these days. You saw a lot of Team Gohan in seasons 2 and 3, but he's like one of the more uniquely designed characters in all of Dragon Ball.
No, and it looks like we're going to be seeing. I hope to be seeing more Trunks flips as we go through this. I will say.
Yeah, Trunks' flip section, ever since they gave him the ability to get so much precise control over it, means that guy is just flying across the screen. Trunks, low-key, might have the single best mobility in the game. Zamasu's flight is like a different category of mobility. Keep away mobility, while Trunks can like really surprise you and jump you.
Right, no. Yeah, it's Zamasu's flight is probably the only thing that I can think of when it comes to like air superiority for movement. There's not a lot of characters that can play quite like either of them, but that vanish that comes off of I believe EX for Zamasu is it's totally different tier above Trunks, and yeah, I don't know if there's any sort of hope that's going to be able to kind of fix that situation.
I don't want them to fix that because Zamasu's on my team.
Right.
As our next matchup that we're going to be running here today is Table representing UC Berkeley against Royal Nickel for a second time from UC Davis.
All right.
You guys are good to go.
Speaking of other characters, Bardock, you don't see a lot of him most days. It's and if you do, it's probably gonna be a lot of Lariat.
Bardock was the single best character in the game seasons 1 and 2.
That he was.
And then was still top tier for most of season 3.
Yes.
So, as such, the developers are kind of scared to have him let anything good. When you play Bardock, you get this feeling of, oh man, this guy used to be top tier, and then the developers like panicked and feared and brought the patch note hammer down upon him.
Yes, they did. No, it was a very sad day when we had to say rest in peace to season 2 Bardock, because man was that pressure game unseen.
That's the thing. His pressure is actually identical from season 2. It wasn't the pressure that ever got nerfed. And he still has some of the single best daggers in the world, as we're seeing from Royal Nickel, making this Team Gohan look incredible.
Really good movement, and especially with the assist calls. Those are well placed.
Yeah, the assists. Again, this entire league is for people to pick up and learn a brand new game every season and experience like resetting that FGC fundamentals every time. So
that was a great 2H.
Tag games going on, so the fact that Royal Nickel has this assist practice is actually huge for our Android here today, as Royal Nickel gets the first character.
Yeah. No, I'm curious to see. All right, and no round start Lariat, and No,
one of the.
Go ahead. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
One of the the double clash coming through as Table wasn't ready to reset into the standing pressure, and Royal Nickel gets the hits. Oh, the empty low unseeable because of the beam. That's wonderful. So the reason why you want to see the Bardock starting Lariat is it has the same start as a jab. It's the fastest move in the game, but it has higher priority, so it beats all jabs. Royal Nickel showing wonderful throw game across both these sets.
And that takes 2. Ultimate Gohan, however, is an amazing character. Oh, that's a wild level 3.
I think his input got crossed up. He was trying to just get a whiff level 1 up while Trunks was so far in the air and couldn't challenge. Especially no assist lockout from the character swap. But the crossed up situation got level 3 instead. That
was just the worst situation for Table, unfortunately. And I believe this corner combo is going to lead into... he drops it!
I was about to say I don't want to commentators curse this and say that Royal Nickel's going to get the kill here, but so I'm glad I kept my mouth shut until that went through.
You know, sometimes I want to see it go a little longer, though. That's all I'm saying. Sometimes a little bit of jinxing can go a long way in regards to the fight, you know?
Mm-hmm. Something that happens a lot in Dragon Ball is that the buffer resets when you touch the ground. So if you try and like do the quarter circle forward super a little bit early and get it in the air, especially on a character like Trunks who doesn't have an air super, then you'll just stand on the ground awkwardly and whiff it. Yeah. So if you whiff a normal button right before you touch the ground, it will actually extend the buffer window significantly in Dragon Ball. So you can like whiff a heavy on the way down and then input this level 1 super while you're still in the air, and it'll come out the instant you touch the ground.
Yeah. No. If I could give advice to any of the people listening in regards to just like dealing with Trunks, is I believe his beam is like really fast. His just normal special, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but the 5S has like level 2 projectile property, so it deletes other fireballs.
So Ki Blast is going to get deleted if you try and like punish them throwing out your own. It is, it is beatable by Super Dash, though. That is one way that you can react to it. But then again,
with the notes that if the beam touches something, including Super Dash, he can then cancel it into specials, notably including the full beam, which will beat the Super Dash in incoming, as Royal Nickel doesn't have the full Team Gohan combos. We're not seeing bomb loops, we're not seeing advanced corner stuff, but that doesn't matter. Royal Nickel is keeping the game plan simple because, again, we are just picking up a fighting game for this new season. This is on the 10th season, so it's the 10th game that we were seeing here at the UCLA Collegiate Championship Battle League.
Still plenty enough to at least provide some shining moments, I will say.
Oh, yeah. So I really like what Royal Nickel's doing and just keeping it simple. The combos require a lot of memorization, so keep it simple, keep it direct, and then you can just focus on the actual parts of the game that win. Decision-making, neutral, mix-ups. Like, we've been seeing Royal Neutral's been using wonderful amount of throws and instant air dashes to reset pressure.
No, he and not to mention the floatiness that he's been playing Trunks with. It's provided him a lot of spacing, and one of the things that makes people hate this game the most is how chaotic it can be. Sometimes sitting still might just be the best option.
Oh, yes. Like, sitting still means that you're physically doing fewer things, and it's going to have an easier time reacting to stuff. There's about 30 frames for a full-screen Super Dash, which, if you're trying to also do your own complex movement, you're not going to be ready to 2H that. But if you're just sitting there and waiting for it, boom, easiest anti-air in all fighting games.
Absolutely.
Oh, the air dash pressure, 26-frame overhead, as went for the advanced combo loops and dropped them. Like I said, the Team Gohan combos were simple, but they were consistent.
In my headcanon, that whiff was on purpose. No, that was a great game from them. And
did you just coin him Royal Neutral? Has he been eponymized?
I think we get to carve a statue now.
Currently, Royal Nickel is showing the best neutral in the tournament right now, as Royal Nickel takes it 2-0 over table.
Okay, so next we'll be seeing UCB versus UCD again. Usually, almost always, UCD team kills each other right in the beginning. So it's really wonderful the seeding worked out this way.
Winners Finals, which is labeled semifinals in Challenge because Challenge has its own special thoughts about everything.
I think this is still semi. This is still semi.
Is it?
Yeah. Okay, we gotta tell Mr. JQ, Serendipity, and Shranius to please join. And then...
So, the nice thing about this Collegiate Battle League that UCLA has set up here is the sheer amount of experience you get with all the different fighting games, new ones showing up every season. But it means that you're getting reset to 0 every single time you pick up a new game. If people were used to watching a lot of Dragon Ball streams, you might have gotten used to the high level gameplay you can get out of the pros who are on Twitch all the time. But this is what it's actually like to learn fighting games from scratch. There's a lot of stuff going on, and the tag games, having the extra layers of looking for assists, they usually have these fast air dash overheads. When imagine Street Fighter, if someone holds up forward at you and they're trying to overhead you, you have 3 days before they come down and touch you. In a tag fighter like Dragon Ball, overhead, 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 overhead.
Every time.
Yeah, in this game, it's really hard to get out of pressure. I never know when it's over. I cannot tell. Alright, they're going into it.
Not knowing what's happening is what makes Dragon Ball special to me, and I play this game a lot. It's everything is minus, but you can Gatling into everything, so everything's also a frame trap. So are you really ready to press right there?
No, and I'm curious to see if we get to see a demonstration in this next fight between, I believe, Serendipity now is the next challenger.
Serendipity from UC Berkeley and Sherriness from UC Davis. Sherinius. I missed that I in there. Oh, let's go! We are doing the Nothing But Teen Gohan's Guaranteed Finals.
He was watching the stream.
You're going to see a Teen Gohan mirror coming up next. Oh, the happy birthday!
That is wonderful going on for Shreyness.
I'll admit, I actually don't see bomb loops on happy birthday situations very often. I don't know if that's like a combo, just doesn't work on the assist character. Oh, serendipity! This is a wonderful set of Teen Gohan combos.
It is. This, I believe he's going for the kill here.
And Adult Gohan leveled up to level 1. The difference between level 0 and level 1 Adult Gohan is actually pretty dramatic. A lot of brand new combo routes go. Like, yeah, level 7 Adult Gohan is great, but the difference between 1 and 0 is way bigger than the difference between 1 and 7.
I think they're all scary, personally.
Yeah, even just basic level 0 Adult Gohan, you have to be careful of. As Darius is struggling to get out of these just straightforward attacks from Serendipity. I believe that was medium auto combo right there. If you never know what's going to happen next, you can't go wrong with just sending it to be safe. Oh, the
into the low clash. And that takes number 2.
Dragon Ball, just due to the sheer amount of air mobility that happens in it and the weird mechanics like Super Dash and that's rocks knocking them out of the half cinematic
I've never seen that before, especially I thought it would have gotten into the animation before it even got... Wow.
I do really like that reflect that Sheriness tried to throw out there. And I have to assume that the 1S afterwards must have been a misinput on a second reflect attempt, but they got crouch reflect instead.
Gotcha.
As that is the Serendipity is looking very strong right now. Advanced Teen Gohan combos, even if they're not consistently, even if not consistently landing, and also the solid pressure resets going on.
I just got dropped, so you guys are gonna have to give me the play-by-play.
I got you. Do you want me to stream it?
That would be beautiful.
I got you. Share screen. No, I would also like to mention on top of that, you know, the additional, you know, advanced Krillin assist loops of knocking people out of EX kick from Team Gohan. That's, I believe, unseen in any sort of league.
Yeah, that's actually kind of crazy.
That is.
But, like, the craziness of it is why I personally love tag games like this.
Absolutely.
It feels like you're in this open world of sheer options of just calling an assist now versus calling an assist in 10 frames later actually has some pretty dramatic differences on like how the entire event goes through.
No, but that introduces us to our next game in the set, last one.
Pointing out Sheriness's title card. Reminder that this is a bunch of people who are picking the game for the first time as a result of the league, with the wonderful 0 games played online ranked.
No, and no Smurfs, no cheaters here. It's just new people trying to get into the new game. It's great.
Yeah, the Smurfs showed up in the other league. Oh, I got connection off as well.
If
that's the case, have the... In order to make sure that
you guys can hear us, please don't play, if it's possible.
The way that works is that the host of the ring, like, Alt F4s the goddamn game.
Really? Can I pull them out? All right.
Oh, we're good. It looks like they fell out. It looks
like
they also...
You told me a second late. Well, anyway.
But yeah, Dragon Ball does have not the best PC port in existence. It's a bit unstable, especially on connections.
Yes.
So we're going to be remaking the ring here in a moment.
Well, I just hit Alt F4, so if one of you could remake the ring real quick, because the ring is fake. Yeah, thank you.
I'll make it the same password too. What was it?
0110. Yeah.
0110.
No stream sniping.
Almost hopped in. Whoops.
Thank you.
Someone wants to play this wonderful game.
My time is coming.
We'll have to wait until the second half of the league's finals show up.
Well.
Alright, so Serendipity has it 1-0 right now.
Serendipity looking very strong with some, like, actually optimal and new patched Team Gohan combos.
No. I'm curious to see what his Krillin looks like, because Krillin also on this team is I would put him right below Ultimate Gohan. Like, obviously it's a tier below, but they're both such great characters. And
you guys are good to go when you're ready.
All right. As Krillin's another one of those really weird characters that Dragon Ball brings. He has standard tools in like a couple of long-reaching normals and the beam axis, but like his weird ability to modify his ki blasts and like the specific way the afterimage works means that he's like really strange to play against. And Sensu Beam is an absolutely unique assist.
Yes.
Like, just rocks. Go. Team Gohan mirror match. Oh, Serendipity. With beautiful passive-aggressive opener. Like, Dragon Ball deciding what to do at round start is actually one of the more interesting decisions in a lot of fighting games. And Serendipity with the halfway there, super jump forward, react to see what happens.
That takes the lead for Serendipity.
Checking that low, checking that low.
EX kick, round start.
A little bit dangerous, as Goku Black in particular has a really good way of challenging that, but if Shariness doesn't know how to block on Oki, it won't matter.
No.
Getting full loops.
Confirming, yes he does.
The assist
and the reset as well. DR twice. Into level 1.
The first one felt unintentional because the ability to do E-charge into Dragon Rush is very often not used.
Yeah, it goes kind of under the radar, doesn't it?
As Shariness is showing one of the more difficult parts of Dragon Ball, you get some of the weirdest unclean hits ever, and you have to like figure out what to do with them. Like, in a more grounded game like Grand Blue Fantasy or Street Fighter, there's only ever two types of hits. There is, I hit them on the ground, and I hit them in the air. Dragon Ball, you can hit them at this weird angle, you can hit them halfway on the ground but in the air, you can hit them straight grounded, you can hit them at like above them super dash, you can hit them below them super dash. And then corner spacing matters for a lot of characters.
Yes.
So, just getting a basic hit to convert is surprisingly difficult in Dragon Ball. Oop, Shariness challenging out the fake Ki Blast properties on the team. It's going to hit.
No.
Shariness takes the first
level
character.
3. Do you think he meant to do the, like, alternate same side level 3, or?
I don't think it matters too much, but no, as long as you get the level 3 comes through at all.
That's really, yeah.
Which, I think this is going to kill right here. By overlapping the two supers, it takes away less time for sparking in order to regenerate health.
Yeah, no. I believe that takes it.
Serendipity has been clearly practicing and spending the small number of weeks we had during this league to great effect.
Okay, so Serendipity JQ will take it 2-0 there. That will send Shranius to fight me in losers. Shranius, if you're listening, just hang on a second. I'm going to try to plug in the stream computer. See if I get more consistent stream there.
As the next match we're going to be running is the loser side bracket, Shariness versus Sino.
Yeah,
Looking ahead. Oh.
I was just going to say, I've seen some crazy play from people like doing things where it seems like they hit on one side and then they jump up and continue the combo on the other side, and it doesn't make any sense how they side switched or anything. But they know. If they played enough, they know.
It's like unique to his specific special move, the 5-hit combination. Depending on if you do light or medium, and then light or medium or heavy inside the actual combination, and the specific delay on those buttons, you can get differing amounts of side swap or corner carry. And on the most recent patch, by recent I mean we're coming up on nearly a year that we've been on this patch, he can now just natural combo off of it without needing to use Smash Launcher. He's always been able to combo after the 5-hit combination if he's using his initial Smash Launcher with it. But this patch in particular, he's able to just jab them and keep going.
No, they've really let him just be a menace for this past. Yeah, it really has almost been a year, hasn't it, since the last time they updated and patched the game. Yeah.
And stares off into the distance.
Are you guys hoping for a final patch, or do you prefer if 2 came?
So, 2 is not going to happen, given this is technically only half-based rumor, but so Bandai Namco is the publisher for the game.
Yes.
They have a contract with the Dragon Ball, where they have to make a brand new Dragon Ball game every single calendar year on the dot. If they ever go one calendar year without releasing a brand new original Dragon Ball game, they lose the rights to the franchise.
Oh, no shit, really?
Mm-hmm.
So, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Bandai Namco did not have enough internal developers in order to make their own game for 2018, so they shopped around and said, "Hey, you, Arc System Works, can you make us a Dragon Ball game?"
Oh,
and they said,
that's
"Boy,
what happened.
can I?"
Wow, that's wild.
And then Arc System Works, being filled with a bunch of anime nerds, said, "This is the greatest thing ever. We are going to make this thing sing." And then, after Season 1, Arc System Works handed over the keys to the game's balance to Bandai Namco, and only ever showed up to release DLC characters. So, the Season 2 and 3 were like, they re-upped the contract to get another set of characters released, but at that point, from Season 2 onwards, Bandai Namco was running the show. So, every patch except the launch day version has been the Bandai Namco original. However, during Season 3, COVID happened, and everyone was locked indoors, and they had a really hard time developing stuff. And the Season 3 DLC was like weirdly delayed and felt like unpolished and unreleased properly. So, all that is widely known and solidly true. The following is the unfounded speculation. Arc System Works and Bandai Namco don't like each other anymore. Arc System Works said, "We don't like working for you as our boss. We're not going to keep doing this anymore." So
this is rumor, or is that confirmed?
That last bit is the unconfirmed bit.
Got you.
All that up into that is...
That was a wonderful teleport kick. Am I allowed to curse?
Marinus and Sino are right at it! So the long short of that is that I don't think Dragon Ball 2 is ever happening.
Well, we'll see how Sparking Zero does coming out.
Right. Specifically, my reasoning is that Bandai Namco is building Sparking Zero in a similar art style to Dragon Ball FighterZ, but because they're not going to have Arc System Works make it, even if Bandai Namco makes up Dragon Ball 2, it's going to feel different because it's going to be a different set of developers.
I really did appreciate that stray key blast Cyan put out. That was a nice bit there. Even if it didn't lead into anything.
He's just sending everything in neutral right now to try and get that hit. Gets a knockdown. Oh, but it's super too early. He'll be safe. I say as he gets hit.
Into the auto.
As Dragon Ball gives you so many things to keep track of due to the extra dimension that you don't see in a lot of grounded fighting games. So if our competitors are used to more grounded, neutral, footsie stuff like Street Fighter, Grand Blue Fantasy, King of Fighters, then this like extra dimension of keeping track of people in neutral is like real struggle to get used to.
Oh yeah. No, it's a pretty hard transition, and once you're in it, you end up finding about 1,800 hours in this game.
Oh yes, yes you do. There's something like just really special about just games with air actions in general, especially that they commit to it. As Shariness commits to the medium version of the punch is plus on block, gets the hit, sends the super. Oh, medium.
Do you think we'll see Vegeta DP at all?
Oh!
Wow, that was a good
teleport Kamehameha from Shariness. Sino is not having any of this and has played enough online, as I know that Sino has been grinding the online ranked with this one. Oh, the combo into Dragon Rush?
And that takes one.
That is meter optimal if you want that sparking confirm right there. As Sino is trying to slow down the game and get control of it.
I don't think he's going to have that opportunity, unfortunately, though. Actually, I don't think
even
this will
level
kill.
5, Shariness survives. Because Blue Goku does have a unique level 5 if he gets to hold down the button all the way through. The blue hair characters generally have them, and basically no one else does. Shariness sending the Tatsu out of there and almost escapes another Dragon Fist overhead.
That was a great fight.
as this is the chaos that we are here to see from Dragon Ball.
Looking ahead, while we're waiting for the please wait a moment, what are some fights that you're looking forward to in the next bracket come later tonight?
So, I want to see how well Sino can send this being the last reach of UCLA in the entire bracket. Like, UCLA is hosting the tournament, and Sino is the one person holding up that flag. I want to see how far Sino can go, so the entirety of the loser's side match. You can't currently see the challenge bracket, but it'll show up after this next match. But like, the entire loser bracket is just one after another hot seat going all the way through to the end. Darius has already sent a DP. Let's see if Vegeta ever gets that Dragon Punch out.
Oh wow!
Cross up DP!
And the Vegeta assist is kind of swept aside there, unfortunately.
Yeah. EX legs, it's +1. Oh, Sino dashes through it! Oh, the DP as well! And not only that, but that was the light version of the DP. It doesn't have full invulnerability, it's only got anti-air properties, so it didn't have the blue health scaling on it. Darius getting the... There it is! DP. There's the DP that we were looking for from Super Saiyan Vegeta. Oh! Wakes up light DP again. Again, the light DP does not have full invulnerability, but it does have frame 1 anti-air properties. Oh, the sweet starter.
Oh, wow. Then that takes the first character. Cyan doesn't really seem to be minding too much those light taps he gets from the swap out. I don't think he's expecting any sort of like punishment into a full combo.
So, it is possible. Not only the two best starters in this game are 2H and anti-air DP. Those things are extremely unscaled and can kill if you have an optimal combo with Spark and Confirm. However, we're here to learn the game in like 4 weeks flat group.
Yeah.
Oh, the cross-up auto combo from Sharinus!
It does whiff. This doesn't.
Oh, Sharinus not committing to the final hit of the auto combo, using the throw to dodge out of the tag. Sharinus is Sharinus is just throwing stuff out there, pressing buttons like Daisuke's vision always intended. And if you're paying attention, Sino is trying to play a more careful, thoughtful, controlled game. Right. But like, this is we're here to learn a game in like 4 weeks or so, a league. So you don't have time in order to truly get used to all the craziness that happens, especially in a tag game. Like, look at this. Sharinus is just like full screen teleport, giant super dash, and Sino's like struggling to chase him.
Well, and what I will say is that it's that methodical, versus the scramble. That matchup is a lot more close than you expect, because when you're trying to overthink, what's my opponent gonna do or anything like that, you're not facing any sort of rhyme or reason for buttons being put out. So at that point, it's you're really just playing a guessing game, which is probably why we're seeing so much back and forth, which honestly I think is great anyway.
If you're guessing, but your opponent is like trying to think through the situation, you have a tempo advantage the entire way. Which is why just throwing out buttons is so effective. As Sino takes the game against Sharinus.
Oh, that was a good set. That was a great game to end it off as well. Good way to cap it off.
All right.
That's kind of like the perfect little encapsulation of when you try to focus and improve and really understand the skills involved with it, you're taking a moment where you're just going to be playing slightly weaker. Like, you're going to be taking longer to think through situations, you're more likely to drop combos, and you're going to have a harder time making the just hardcore mashing decision in RPS. Also, Marshall, as you're the current host of the ring, can you go and change the settings so that the rematch request is turned off?
I got it.
Dragon Ball's PC port occasionally has technical issues where you really want to have them return to the lobby every time, so that the spectators are always ready.
Dragon Ball's PC port has technical issues? No.
I would never have guessed.
You must be kidding.
As this game was made in Japan, Japan doesn't have the biggest PC community across all of gaming, so they tend to be very console first. Consoles not only are smaller and more purpose-built, but they tend to be cheaper than a full gaming rig can be.
Well, and Sony's just such a graceful and wonderful company in regards to the fighting games here. Yeah, no, that's definitely got a hold on the market for developers kind of putting their time into the port.
As much of a hold on neutral that Table representing UC Berkeley has against the last vestige of UCLA, Sino.
Seeing a lot of good blocking here.
Ooh. Diana Atifas.
He opens him up.
Gets the open up with the last hit of the auto combo. Blue Kuz is uniquely an overhead. That Interceptor kit is a mid, by the way.
Really?
It's a little bit too good if you could instant overhead with it. Dragon Ball has actually removed a lot of mix-ups over the years, hitting harder and harder to mix people. Oh, the wake-up EX kick! All of its blue life damage and heavily scaled, especially with the Vanish edition. But
unfortunately, no tag, and that takes one.
Diane out here getting the first character. Bardock,
Lariat.
Lariat! We were talking about that previously when Table was on winner's side. The Lariat is like... Okay, Bardock's design, really early on in Season 1, as the developers saw how powerful it was, influenced all the DLC characters that followed him, realizing just how effective this simple Lariat was. Oh! So, if Table had pressed light instead of medium there, Table would have won that interaction.
I do want to like just point out, like, of all the characters to start out with when it comes to like new players, Bardock, Super Saiyan Goku, and then I'd throw Super Saiyan Vegeta in there as well. The three of them really do kind of set up some of the perfect lineup for like beginner players.
Yeah, they are Dragon Ball fundamentally. Like, we have the Zoner and Super Saiyan Vegeta using the Dragon Punch, Light Dragon Punch, the anti-air version in particular, to deal with Super Dashes. The Goku, the like mid-range Shoto-like one, and then the
all-rounder.
Bardock. Oh yeah. Table trying to look to get a hit in neutral with this level 0 Gohan.
Cyan should be a little careful though, because he will lose that blue coup at one hit. But he swaps out and cures it all!
Yeah, a lot of tag games don't let you choose the order that you swap out in. Dragon Ball is actually bizarrely unique, the ability to say, I want this character in particular to be the next flip on the supers. As Table gets grabbed, because Tien is fair and balanced, has a armored EX grab.
He has better armor than Z Broly.
You can't mash it. Oh, gets hit by the level 3 super. Table is still alive.
Stealing his anchor.
Evo strats, end it! Don't super dash too early.
Oh no!
Cross with the no curve. Oh!
Key barrage.
On 5S only traded for one of them. It doesn't have the level 2 properties that a Trunks' 5S that we saw previously has.
Unfortunately.
Also, Adult Gohan's 5S is a bit of a weird one. It whiffs against crouching, but it's plus on block.
I didn't even know that. That's wild.
Which is why you never see it, because it turns out that when people are blocking, they they tend to be crouching.
Right.
So it's just like, look at these plus frames.
Right.
Whiff.
No, people are a lot more afraid of getting hit low than high, typically. I mean, they're afraid of both, but, you know, they're gonna block one way or the other.
Okay, Marshall, remind me. I lost track. Was that 2 games already?
No.
Okay,
I didn't think so.
As Diane using
the overhead
to cross-up teleport in order to call out Table trying to press buttons. Oh, goes low. Table blocks that mix-up. Like, that was a true 50-50. You just had to guess high-low right there.
Pretty much.
Dino looking
2H.
to play safe, careful, defensive, understanding the craziness that is Dragon Ball, gets the first 2H against the Super Dash of the set. It's a lot harder than it looks. Like, it sounds like just press 2H, but no. Like, the timing, especially in these mid-range Super Dashes, is crazy hard to deal with.
Right. No, you'll see that in a Twitter post or Discord DM, but there is a matter of skill for knowing timing.
Timing is kind of like the secret sauce that makes high-level Dragon Ball so interesting to watch. Like,
you really gotta love numbers.
Of the pressure are all down to the rhythm of the timing that the players are using down.
Yeah.
Cyan, keeping it simple, keeping it effective, looking solid right now. Is UCLA going to survive the losers bracket?
Ultimate Gohan is I really do love seeing him also on Anchor. Him and TN. That was a great DR.
Still, we're looking at level 0 Gohan. Due to the fact that it was a mid-screen knockdown, the only way that adult Gohan gets it is with the EX back fist mid-screen.
He doesn't even care. He's throwing a level 3 out there.
Ends it. Far enough away, it might be hard to punish. Gets the hit, but this far, you're not getting much Oki. Just run up jab. Goes for the mix setup. It is possible to get a true 50-50 off of that. Oh, the anti-air hit! Cyano drops the double jump situation. Table gets the plus frames from the air block on Spark. Level 1. Adult Gohan now has a lot more options in his toolkit, especially on block. It's okay blocking level 0 Adult Gohan, but if you now have to block leveled Gohan, oh man.
There's a lot more pressure that he can put on you.
Not gonna have to block anything. If you just wake up and the Okazemi is a delayed mid. 5 bars. Dino sends it away. And keeps the dreams of the UCLA home stadium alive.
Making it game. Good games from both of them, and as you said, UCLA does make it through.
Dragon Ball asks you to keep track of and learn a huge number of things.
Mm-hmm.
So, Table in the text chat has informed us, quote, my raw level 3s didn't work. I don't know why.
If they had come out, it would have worked on me. I was pressing.
Yeah.
All right, it's time for a winner's final match.
Dragon Ball does have a relatively generous input buffer in comparison to other fighting games. Like Street Fighter V, for example, is a 3-frame input buffer, while Dragon Ball has a 5-frame input buffer. I think the only game that has a more generous time that lets you set up like wake up level 3 situations is Multiverses, actually, which let you customize the size of your input buffer.
Really?
But aside from that, yes, Dragon Ball's input buffer is generous for fighting games. It's actually extremely strict for video games at large. So this timing, that wake up level 3, is actually a real problem. Like, you have less than 100 milliseconds in order to get the timing on this button press perfect, and if you're off by a tiny fraction,
just a hair.
Dead.
Yeah.
Not only that, but Cyno's Okizemi specifically was just walk-up jab. That's exceptionally good in Dragon Ball when so many knockdowns get you not just safe jumps, but like mix-up safe jumps.
Right.
So why is not walk-up jab so good? Is it because it recharges your assist? If you do a safe jump, you don't get your assist back.
No.
So, like, if you're going to challenge anything, you're going to challenge the one time where they can't guarantee a safe jump. As we are going on to what Challenge has labeled as winners semifinals, but with Sort GG would label as winners finals.
This is definitely winners finals.
Winners finals is Royal Nickel from UC Davis, along fighting against Serendipity from UC Berkeley. As this is still only going to be a first to 2, as we're only going to be running grand finals first to 3, just because Dragon Ball has a 300-second timer that pauses when you're in hit stop. Like, look at the little number at the top of the screen, and whenever Trunks is blocking, it's not going down.
Oh my god.
There's
So
no
that
things
5
about
minute
this game
timer
that just
can actually
goes
be like
unnoticed.
7 minutes in worst case scenario. Like, see how slow? It just doesn't go down at all during the actual animation for the JH knockdown. As Serendipity, looking powerful with this practiced Teen Gohan, getting the knockdown into the adult Gohan level up.
It's a wonderful key blast from Ultimate Gohan. That is something that you see a lot of like seasoned people who play Gohan will just kind of throw out there is that air key blast from
Yeah.
especially
JS
at that
rounded
angle.
2S. It's got such a good angle, you're right.
Mhm.
And this specific patch, it got buffed, so it's actually works as like a miniature reversal. It's got like, it just moves back so fast that it dodges a lot of attacks on accident.
I believe it also
Serendipity
leads
is
into
strong.
like EX overhead.
Oh, yes. Yes, it does. Serendipity looking strong right now. As
Royal Nickel with
time-
Yamcha.
last time we saw Royal Nickel on stream, we were hyping up the Yamcha comebacks, but Royal Nickel never had to make one because they were just winning all the time. And
That was
now
a
we finally get to
wonderful
see it.
air H or 5H.
Oh yeah, but jumping around and throwing out those JHs is not going to help you when Krillin rocks are there to ruin your day. Gets the conversion. Knockdown. Yamcha can kill here.
Oh no, this is gonna lead into. I think he had one more for his Spirit Ball, but it doesn't really matter for this. I'm curious to see whether or not he's going to make use of the patch as of last patch, the 5H and 5M, that buff.
I don't think you're going to make use of anything as Serendipity gets an unscaled hit off of the round start and sends it straight into the corner knockdown for the supers.
It's a sad day.
1-0.
Sad day for Yamcha players all around the globe. But a wonderful day for Krillin and Gohan players, I will say. Gohan of all
reversal
varieties.
properties on Yamcha's 5H might or might not have actually worked there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it runs far enough back, but it loses its invulnerability when it comes back with the hit. Depending on how active the 5-hit combination from Teen Gohan is, it might actually have just lost straight up there.
Well, and it not only that, but if there's any gaps, like if he can just find himself some patience to get into a block string, if there's any sort of gaps from Gohan, he might be able to get off like a 5M and then break into a combo as well.
Oh, the 2M starter. Unlike in
Trunks
a lot
is
of fighting
starting.
games, Sleep is one of the best ways to start a fight, combo in Dragon Ball. But it doesn't matter how many combos you start if Serendipity just presses Teen Gohan auto combo and blocks the guard cancel. The first
Punishes
guard
that
cancel we see of
switch.
the entire tournament. Gets called out and punished.
It's unfortunate. That's really tough. That's a lot of damage.
Royal Nickel sparks up in order to keep it all Goku Black alive. I was about to call him Adult Goku.
That was a great grab.
Bro. Using the supers to tag out. You're giving up Okazemi. Like you just saw
and
there. In
knocks
exchange
him
for
back
getting a
with
character
the
save.
with the medium.
Oh, the rocks to confirm the overhead. Dragon Ball's Universal Overhead 6M is on the slow side for fighting games in general, but because there's just so much stuff to keep track of in Dragon Ball, you just kind of forget that such a basic option exists.
True.
And you get hit by it.
That is the first character down of the last game, and Goku Black just getting hit by that EX kick. Team Gohan
Black
really
does have a
putting in the
unique
work.
option to shutting down round starts 5-hit combination. 6S in particular, not 5S, you do need the forward momentum on it, will actually beat it out at all round start distances. But like, that's not something that you let out very often unless you've like run into a Team Gohan and gotten really annoyed about it. It's like, I'm going to solve this situation. Royal Nickel getting a lot of slight hits, but not able to convert any of them into a full combo against Serendipity.
He does confirm that though.
Okay. Yamcha Okazemi.
What's the wake up?
Cross up, same side, same side.
Nope.
5H into the super dash, and Serendipity respects it and gets
That is a
hit heavy.
fantastic 5H.
Level 3 takes a character. A woo! As we are going to see this Yamcha comeback happen live!
No, you really got to believe in this character to put him on anchor, and that's what you need.
Ooh, Serendipity recovered faster than expected. Royal Nickel was looking for like a landing recovery situation and got caught by the super dash. Air-to-air super. Oh, the cross-up, but doesn't confirm.
Opens him up. This might be it.
Gohan is a menace. You just can't.
No.
King Gohan's cross-up is uniquely fast in this game. It can hit you on about frame 20, when most cross-ups are like frame 26 or so. Like, you are not blocking a Teen Gohan who gets the spacing right.
No, no.
You are
And
guessing
so you're hoping that you didn't have to be, blocking in the first place.
All right, it's elimination time. The three universities that walked in are still there, but someone's got to go. And I'm looking forward to seeing UCD versus UCB in grand finals.
I believe in you.
Okay.
Our host
Someone
and streamer, Diane, has foretold his own fate on the loser's bracket, as Royal Nickel's going to be facing with a different point character. When we first saw... Sorry, I got character slipped. As Royal Nickel is bringing in Cooler. Ooh.
Who's playing who?
This guy...
Are they playing again? They're playing again.
I thought that was... Are they?
Yeah.
Oh,
They're playing a bonus match.
They thought it was going to be first to 3.
They're playing a bonus match. Okay.
So, most Dragon Ball tournaments, in general, do first to 3 for winners finals, losers finals, and grand finals. For our own sanity and time purposes, we were planning on only doing a first to 2 up until grand finals only. Because, again, Dragon Ball, 300-second timer, and it doesn't go down during hit stop. So, like, yeah, you actually can't exit out of the game as the player. Your only options are to just go through the other team, or to have the ring host Alt F4.
Should I Alt F4?
Nah, they'll go
It depends
fast,
on how
I think.
good these cooler combos are, as Royal Nickel is getting us out of the mistake.
I think Serendipity is throwing, so
Yeah, we're okay.
I appreciate
This is us
that. He'll
trying to
sacrifice the
speedrun to get out
square.
of the situation.
Yeah.
The square only matters for the first couple of games. Once a single square color transition happens, you won't get a square color change against that player for the rest of the day.
Serendipity also will likely be able to revenge his square soon.
As we saw Serendipity look dominating in the winners finals.
Royal Nickel will have no time to look up things on Dustloop, though. I'm going to try to knock him out so I can make an attempt here.
That's great.
Royal Nickel swapping to Trunks, a character with actual combos. Although, frankly, the reset is actually faster than completing these combos, so all we need now is the super.
Right now he's just trying to kind of flex that.
Yeah, Trunks is such a stylish character, and now, with how good his flips are, he's really slept on. You don't see him much in top-tier play, but, like, that's just a shame. Like, he's not the greatest character ever, but he's, like, very, very good this patch. In addition to just having one of the best assist types in the game, Beams. Like, Beams have run Dragon Ball since day one, after all. And Trunks' sparking comeback situation is uniquely strong, due to his ability to Tiger Knee jump cancel to make his auto combo just a left-right. But that only happens during sparking, as we are going into losers finals. 3 universities walked in. One of them will be leaving right now, as our stream runner and host, Diane Tati.
So good.
Cyan and Royal Nickel.
There it is. Are facing it off on loser side. Cyan with the hometown advantage of UCLA, and Royal Nickel representing UC Davis.
DR from Royal Nickel.
Royal Nickel with the first knockdown, as we don't see that much of Cooler. He is a strong, simple, and effective character. He doesn't have the greatest mix-up options, but he has got some powerful options in neutral, including the EXDP!
That was a wild reaction going into that ground lift.
As that Cooler dive kick is the medium and EX versions are plus on block, which is why it recovered so quickly, and Royal Nickel was able to get the hit in neutral right there. Diane showing off combo extensions right as I open my mouth.
Great EX elbow.
Drops it. A little bit slow on the assist in order to punish the reflect. I like the tempo on the Trunks pressure there, resetting up a couple of jabs. And as a reminder, as long as Trunks is not in sparking, the auto combo will always cross up. It's only in sparking that you have to worry about same side blocks after an auto combo.
The overhead
Trunks
opens him back up.
License.
He does drop the combo though.
Diane gets caught wiggling. No counter hit notification, so it's probably a jump out. Royal Nickel looking strong. He's trying to speedrun, getting back into grand finals. Full screen confirm.
I think Sam is selling himself short because this is looking like a closer game than he probably expects.
But like Royal Nickel is also in that stage of trying to like really master and understand this new fighting game, and seems to be a little bit further along in progress as both of them are trying to play this like calculated, relatively cautious neutral. But Royal Nickel seems to be more comfortable making decisions faster right now. Cyan has the 1v3 comeback and doesn't even have Spark to support them.
No. We have been watching Tien kind of get cheeky hits and, you know, the ability to take a couple characters every now and then. So I'm curious to see if he's able to pull through. That is a great grab into level 3.
That's as cheeky as the hits gets, because that thing is a frame 4 reversal.
It's wild, man, and it only gets meaner once you get into like any sort of Chaozu halts or anything like that.
Oh, the armored volleyball fist doesn't spend spark in or. Oh,
he's just I don't even blame him because at that range, there's not a whole lot you can do besides Dodon Ray or go into a super.
Miscalculated the damage very slightly, but that is a Droptimal. We save meter out here.
This brings us to Cannon right here.
Oh,
personally, I have to.
H.
That is a
problem to get out of the throw.
Into sparking. Yup.
Not gonna kill, but we have to hold not only Yamcha same side cross up throw Oki, but also with the sparking air dash cancel available.
Is it a 50-50? It is. That was the mix though.
So we saw Tien going there, go startup of a special. I think that Sino was trying to wake up but got the input crossed by the Yamcha corner steal.
Yes, that is what happened.
It's there's no other character that has as much ground control quite like Yamcha in the way that he does it, in regards to the amount of hits that he can put onto like his opponent, but also the amount of spacing that he can provide himself to go into another move immediately after. Reflect isn't safe on wake up with him if you're caught with any sort of wolf fang. If you're trying to go in the air, he also has an amazing anti-air too. So
we are playing some real Dragon Ball right now. Both our players open up the fist and get the command throw going out, using the character's unique specials going on as we are here to fight EXGP. Like our corner comrade.
It's a shared space. It back into the attack.
Not enough meter to kill here, but Cyan is in a rough spot.
No,
He advantage, +2.
Good swap into Vegeta.
Oh, the dragon is punished.
I like the thought behind that DP though. That was a matter of timing, really.
Cyan almost caught with the walk of shame right there, but blocks just in time.
That overhead punishes the wake up.
So, that specific bit of Okazemi from Cooler is unique to him. He creates a soft knockdown situation, but if you're doing a standard tech, he gets the like super jump float control overhead that hits meaty safe. You can delay tech it in order to escape the situation, but it's really hard to react to that. Dragon Ball chooses your tech direction relatively early on. But reflect out! Royal Nickel is not holding anything as the tail sends Bluku into the next life. I tried the commentator's curse, and it's the best I could do.
It's like, is it gonna whiff? Is it gonna whiff?
Lost on block dive kick. Careful, waiting. Goes for an extra low.
Oh, my teeth are chattering. I am so stressed watching this fight. This is
Royal Nickel.
been a good way.
Oh, the 3H has like anti-projectile and anti-air properties, but a lot of meter to dump.
Into level 3 with Trunks.
Mid-screen, this is a left-right.
Sparking keeps him alive, though.
Baits the wake-up reversal and does it late enough that it hits anyways. Okay, DN, limit break, sparking, raw level 7, should be a TOD, change my mind.
I don't know if I want to.
As Royal Nickel has changed all of our minds about the state of TN. I can't think I kind of dropped that one, but you get the idea. I tried to make a joke.
No, it's okay. That does end this last set, I believe, of the losers bracket. So it brings us into the grand finals.
GG's, Mr. Royal. I cannot believe this happened.
It was good fights, though. That first set truly was like back and forth, tit for tat. So,
again, almost everyone here is picking up Dragon Ball for effectively the first time, or at best they have they played it for a little bit at the start, in season 1, and are picking it back up again now.
Yeah.
Just watching how much Royal Nickel has improved over these 4 sets of theirs that we've seen on stream so far is actually really fascinating. This cooler having a really intentional, careful way of running in neutral and calling out the assists. We've seen Royal Nickel level up a lot, which is how he was able to send our host college back out of the bracket.
No, if in Dragon Ball terms, it seems that with each of these, he's been getting a Zenkai boost. In JJK terms, he may be Maharaga. That just might be. So that does bring us up into Serendipity and Royal Nickel now.
We are staring down the grand finals of the lower half of our bracket here tonight, as we have another tournament that we're going to be streaming later for the higher tier, which, what would name that one? This one's called Androids.
The Super Saiyan tier.
The Super Saiyan tier will be happening later. I believe the date is still not confirmed. Not
confirmed, but it will be a nighttime bracket. Apparently, everyone says yes. So
I'm also good at night. In fact, most of the games that have been I remember playing for this this league were midnight.
Yeah, I noticed that.
College students.
I mean, this is a college circuit after all, but
that's
even
true.
Then, it's how much homework do you guys have?
Enough. It is Serendipity kind of taking the lead once again. Yamcha goes out.
One thing that's underused by even a lot of high-level Dragon Ball players is cycling out the team. Every character not on screen is healing. That blue life comes back as Serendipity reflect baits. We have not seen very many reversal baits or DP baits this entire tournament, and Serendipity was ready for it, and Royal Nickel's not going to be making any Yamcha comebacks.
No, unfortunately, that anchor is gone. That is the risk you get when you throw him out. It's sometimes there can be a lot of reward, especially if you're able to fight someone that isn't comfortable with ground game. But losing that assist can be kind of, life or death.
Given, Royal Nickel's actually not in a bad spot, because effectively all 3 of Royal Nickel's characters are anchors. And we saw from a couple sets ago, I mentioned that Adult Gohan's 5S whiffs against crouching, and we just saw it in that last block string.
We did. No, and I mean, Cooler and Trunks, it definitely isn't the end of the match. It's generally speaking that Yamcha assist being what it is, that's tough to lose. I don't think that it's going to impact Royal Nickel too much here.
As Royal Nickel mental stacks with the Trunks jab pressure until finally Serendipity is not ready for the overhead.
Trunks is putting it.
Serendipity is not ready for life. Ooh!
Oh, too
the
far for
timing
that
on
level
it.
3, unfortunately.
As Royal Nickel says, none of that. No one panic vanishes on my turf.
And
As
that
we are
brings
leaving.
us into a new stage.
Goodbye, the World Tournament arena. We are here for the...
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Say it ain't so. Oh, he's alive!
He breathes. And he gets hit. Krillin with the
some
overhead.
definition of living.
He's pushing through.
Might have been the controller dead or something.
Right. Swap out the battery real quick.
Usually that's a Steam thing rather than a Dragon Ball thing. Dragon Ball's PC input reader is a little bit inconsistent compared to the PlayStation 1, but it's not a controller issue. That's going to be a Steam thing. Oh! Excellent placement of the Change the Futures of Royal Nickel is making this, like, preventing Serendipity from using the Spark comeback situation. Drops the combo, doesn't get punished. Uses guard cancel to escape, but we are playing Krillin out here.
Level 3 counter.
You can't safe jump that.
No. That was a great display from Royal Nickel, and I am very much looking forward to see how this set goes between the two of them, because I don't think that this is the end for Serendipity in the slightest.
No, not at all. That was a great set.
Yeah, it was.
Like, we are seeing what makes Dragon Ball special. The assist flying, the consistent use of mental stacking stagger pressure, especially that trunk sequence we saw in the right corner. As we're taking a short break to double check on the controller, that happened there.
No, I wanted to comment earlier in regards to that Trunks Change the Future button. I think that input seems to be... I think it's always been one of the most favorite, like, options used by Trunks players, is Change the Future. Raw Change the Future used to dominate in, like, I think Season 2 and 3.
Would you believe that Change the Future has been untouched, completely unchanged since Season 1?
That's wild.
Okay. Minor note that the wall bounces as a general concept didn't exist in Season 1. That was a Season 2 patch, but, like, aside from that, that was, like, a universal change.
Right.
Oh, the 3H isn't fast enough, and the grounded version of Team Gohan's 5-hit combination is not considered an air move, despite the fact he physically leaves the ground. The air version, however, can be anti-aired by that cooler 3H. Getting Adult Gohan level up.
It's a lot of early damage on Cooler there.
And Serendipity, Adult Gohan does get soft Okazemi with the level up, so it's actually very worth it in order to spend the doubles. Oh, that cross-up was nasty. Takes plus frames, faces down the backdash.
Again with that cross-up.
Royal Nickel is showing some actually really high-level tournament pressure right now. Sure, all of these jab staggers are technically a minus on block, but good luck reacting to any of them. Oh, that flip license dodges all of the assist calls and gets another block string. Royal Nickel's on fire right now.
And that is him taking the first character of the set, of the game.
This is a huge reversal from Royal Nickel getting 2-0'd on the winners finals. Now in grand finals, the Zenkai push is real.
I believe we're going to 3 for this one. Is that correct?
Yeah, first to 3 with a potential reset if Royal Nickel keeps this up.
These side swaps seem to be really affecting Serendipity with Trunks.
Strictly speaking, it's a knowledge check unless Trunks is glowing red and spark like Team Gohan is.
Right.
But, like, you have to, like, know it's coming. You can't really react to it. Beam is a little bit too fast. It's like many things in Dragon Ball. It's designed to look reactable, but you have to, like, know it. Rather than actually react to it. Oh, the empty low. And Royal Nickel gets caught by the stagger pressure. And even at the character count.
Serendipity does hold the lead in bar, though, right now, so that sparking being active, though, that is a bit of a dangerous play for Serendipity to have to deal with.
Especially because Team Gohan only has legs in the air, which is a really hard call-out in order to deal with Super Dash, which you're not going to be calling out anything there. As Serendipity had stabilized for a moment, but Royal Nickel takes the character lead back. Ooh, the punish! The Okazemi's not quite as strong as it is in the corner, but this is still frightening.
That is a wild grab.
The level 3 counter effectively withstands crouching, but as soon as you jump, only one vanish per combo. Oh! The
Krillin does get his blue health back.
Yeah, it was a level 3 wake-up reversal, so all of it is recoverable blue life.
That evens it back out again. This is a great fight.
Serendipity stabilizing with the reversal. Oh! The jump out and the reflect spacing. Serendipity is in a strong location right now.
I hope their brains are working
level
because
3,
Royal Nickel needs to... Oh, and he gets caught by that overhead.
As... Do I commentators curse it? Do I commentators curse it? Serendipity with the loop sends it home. 1-1.
Never underestimate Krillin.
No, especially on Wake Up. That's kind of his best place to be. I will say it's something that isn't being abused nearly as much as I've seen, but his solar flare is fantastic as well.
It's much more active than it looks, and it actually jails into vanish, so it's effectively plus frames if you're willing to spend meter on it. Royal Nickel playing a relatively defensive round start that transitions to a dive kick, while Serendipity was like waiting to react and isn't quite fast enough. He gets thrown. Soft
You're back on the ground.
Manages to punish the dive kick. That's actually really hard to time due to the good recovery and plus unblock nature of it. That's all that Sparking wrote.
Unfortunately, unable to confirm.
Oh, the anti-air light DP! That's unscaled! Oh no! The slight delay on the input means that the super dash didn't connect. But it's okay. It's not okay. It's very not okay. That's dead. That is dead.
It does drop, though. Royal Nickel gets to swap out to Trunks, and is he going to tag out? He does not.
Just taking the corner. As Serendipity has not been playing very passively on defense, the stagger pressure forces you to... Whoa!
That was a wild Gohan.
I think Adult Gohan's wake-up DP got crossed up, so we got the overhead special instead.
Raw level 3! This is going to be unfortunately death for Team Gohan.
Serendipity, struggling. No spark, 7 bars, 1 Krillin, 1 Dream.
Definitely spacing. Unfortunately gets hit by that DR there.
Royal Nickel's doing a really good job of like playing slow and careful in the air to avoid the Yamcha assist, using Krillin's various ways to stall out. Gets knocked down. Overhead. Guard cancel, doesn't get called out. Oh! Royal Nickel is using a Cooler B assist, which has both anti-air and anti-beam properties, but wasn't able to convert that due to the block stun. Gets hit. Drops it.
Yamcha gets to go through those blasts. Unfortunately, doesn't get to put him in the corner there.
There's only a 15-frame window after you hit an attack for Vanish in order to get you the wall bounce, upgraded to a 20-frame window if it's a projectile. But like, it's actually really hard to panic Vanish in a combo if you're not like planning out that route to be a Vanish ender.
Right. Not to mention if you get a heavy off before then, and you know it doesn't actively get into the. Wow, that grab goes so far. Man, it's so weird.
It's one of the changes for the patch. They were tired of Trunks not being able to use his level 3 mid-screen, so they made it so that it will always connect after level 2. And Serendipity, not expecting the level 2, got hit by it.
I believe that puts 2-1.
Royal Nickel is
Indeed.
one game away from resetting the bracket for UC Davis.
That level 2 did a shitload of damage.
The 20% damage boost from the last character up Limit Break and raw power of unscaled supers sends that health bar.
Yeah, it does. No, and I believe that if you whiff the first blast of that level 1, that level 2 even like scales higher, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yes. Although if you do hit the level 1, then the level 2 actually has pretty poor combo scaling. Royal Nickel, some really good float control there in order to steal the side swap and get the pressure started. Mistimes the safe jump Oki and lets Serendipity escape. Nothing but this Dragon Punch.
Puts him back in the corner.
Oh, Serendipity sparked out of the situation and tried to challenge on the ground, but Royal Nickel was making excellent use of the hyper-fast Yamcha assist. It's not the single fastest assist in the... Serendipity saying, like, your knockdown, our knockdown. Fox, the tag out. There is no spark available, though I don't think this will kill, but this is going to be a very painful Trunks.
Yamcha's back out again.
Reflects the medium legs. So,
unfortunately
light legs
punished.
is gapless. Medium legs has a gap on it. And EX legs is gapless, but is plus. So, if you think your opponent is trying to go for the legs mix-up, but is being a cheapskate, then you can reflect out of the medium legs.
Yeah. It's, I will say I'm noticing that Serendipity keeps going high, and I'm a little worried in case Royal Nickel ends up pulling out a possible EX Wolf Gale.
Ooh, that would be painful to receive on. As Serendipity tries to control space with the Key Blast, and Royal Nickel calls out the timing. Those subtle timing traps, the cross-up...
It's a really hard thing to react to. He gets... But oh, this could be really bad for Krillin.
Oh, the wall bounce moves like that.
vanishes.
Wall bounce moves will make the character drop out of the combo. That said, Krillin is now at half a... He was already half a man tall, now he's even half of that.
Half a life lived.
As we don't need to see any Yamcha comebacks. Yamcha is just running the show. What
He
defines
is...
true Yamcha...
Yeah.
What
Go ahead,
defines
I didn't
true
mean...
Yamcha hours is your ability to use assists in his pressure strings.
Yes.
Most people only practice Yamcha solo, but assisted Yamcha is actually a really powerful menace. It solves all of his problems and makes him, like, a terrifying opponent.
We have just reset the bracket. Royal Nickel takes that one 3-1.
Grand Finals reset as now both UC Davis and UC Berkeley are sitting on the loser's side. Only one university can remain in this Collegiate Battle League. The Zenkai boosts are real across the entire tournament. Like, seriously, watching Royal Nickel, like, go up every single match has been incredible to watch.
No. The fights have progressively gotten just even more, like, heightened in hype.
This is why I love Dragon Ball. Like, Serendipity was my favorite to win the tournament after that convincing pair of wins that he got against Derenius and Royal Nickel earlier, but now Royal Nickel has not only reclaimed their square color. If you look at the VOD, they were a yellow square a couple games ago.
DP switch. And he also gets rid of that adult Gohan.
Royal Nickel did a wonderful set of pressure resets to keep the Trunks turn, but Serendipity noticed it and did the walkout.
Serendipity has already demonstrated his ability to confirm these, so I'm curious to see how he gets this. Goes for the reset.
Team Gohan hates the reflect?
That was an interaction of all time. EX start.
No one has found out a good way in order to shut down the EX 5-hit combination at round start, as Serendipity is back on the board. One character left for Royal Nickel. Let's see this Yamcha come back.
That was a
Double
great...
crossover?
Yeah, no, that was a great move on his part. He'd already demonstrated he could go behind, so... Serendipity, I don't doubt it, was expecting one way or the other. Again, he gets it.
I also just want to point out that Serendipity saw the Yamcha cross-up happen once, and has been ready to block the cross-up every time after it, only to get faked out. Like, they saw the situation one time and they're already blocking it. Unfortunately, Royal Nickel was expecting that, and sends Yamcha off.
No, it's already fun to have a 50-50 built into your character, but it's a whole nother thing once it turns to the 30-70.
And this time it's just the basic cross-up. So, it is technically possible to mash through that and counter-hit the cross-up.
It is.
Good luck, because Yamcha has a frame trap same side option. The Spark
That is a wonderful punish. Initially, 5H was primarily best for expecting like a sparking on wake up.
And
with
still,
the added invulnerability, it is so much more versatile.
level
This may kill
5. Them. Oh, doesn't hold it.
Goes into DR and takes the first game.
First game of the reset, Serendipity's side. Just because of Royal Nickel's glow up in the first round of Grand Finals, don't count Serendipity out yet. Serendipity had the cleanest combos across the entire tournament consistently.
Yes, no, those Team Gohan corner combos, those have been consistent and very clean. No, there is nothing I love more about the game than just like seeing two people duke it out and just have hands ready. So this has been a real treat to watch between the two of them.
I am so glad I got to sign up for this and watch all this happening, and I would like to shout out the person organizing this, Diane Tatifas, brought to you by the name of the Twitch stream we're watching, who invited people who weren't actively going to UCLA and making this a much better tournament overall to watch.
Not bad, you hit the name pretty good.
Eventually I'll get it right, just give me like 20 more rounds.
I'm just gonna call you Cyan because I'm lazy.
That's perfect too.
Cool.
Serendipity is now blocking the cross-up after the Trunks auto combo. It's a subtle adjustment, but it means that Royal Nickel's going to have to find more tricks up their sleeve.
Saren catching Royal quite a bit, though. He seems to be noticing how floaty that Trunks can be in air.
Gets the guard cancel punish with Team Gohan. Full extension. Expecting a knockdown into adult Gohan level up.
Yep.
Baits the Dragon Punch, but is a moment slow to punish it.
The beam doesn't even get to come out before Ultimate Gohan's coming.
Pulls out the backdash as well. This is actually getting to be some really high-level Dragon Ball right now.
Swaps in Yamcha. 5H, but no avail.
Was calling out. That felt like a spark bait situation, but Serendipity just said, I want to see if you're doing something real. Oh, excellent use of the super dash from Serendipity.
Wonderful 2H, and I believe this will secure him Gohan there. Leading into the next character, Gohan!
The double jump in order to side correct and block the super dash. That's actually some beautiful movement from Royal Nickel. Yamcha does so much damage this patch. Wow.
If he's able to get hits in, which is the biggest issue, is like opening people up, it can be dangerous. Not to mention already characters like Cooler and Trunks, who also can just pack on more and more damage.
Serendipity, after taking the first round of the reset, now has to take 3 in a row to just get this one character. Partial Spark Baits manages to maintain pressure priority. Spark does have tripled its duration when you've only got one character left, so Serendipity is going to be able to make great use of this.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of a dangerous situation for his Strong Seer. Another game of what's the wake up? He blocks it.
6M? Guard
good swap.
Throw. Doing that manually as well ever since the option select for that situation got patched out. Oh! On this patch, Bruin's after image is actually a 4-frame reversal, and both of the reversals just go right through each other.
Toss back into Trunks.
Serendipity runs out of the corner and is able to get the cross up against Royal Nickel.
Krillin's beam, I believe, is still the fastest in air, correct?
Yes, it is the fastest, and if you specifically get the low to the ground like Butterbeam spacing, then it recovers really fast as well, as Royal Nickel puts a point on the board, 1-1 in the Grand Finals reset. Serendipity doing everything he could in order to make that comeback happen, and wasn't quite enough.
Luckily for both of them, there's another 2 games. 1 game? 2 games? I can't count.
2 games, and we're doing another first to 3 because Dragon Ball is just like that.
It's just built different.
As Royal Nickel representing UC Davis and Serendipity representing UC Berkeley are fighting it out to see who claims our wonderful prize support. Plus on block.
It's an early spark. It's something that we've been seeing a lot from Serendipity. Unfortunately, it's going to be a little rough towards the end of this.
In exchange, you're protecting the team. Serendipity's game plan is about getting Gohan leveled up and set up in the corner. And Team Gohan is better at that than anyone else in the team. So by protecting Team Gohan for the spark, you're more likely to actually get your real game plan going. In exchange, first character spark, first character down, you're actually in a worse spot. But there's only so much you can do when Royal Nickel is on fire right now. I love the re-jump attempt from Serendipity there.
There's a lot of experimentation going on right now.
Serendipity correctly read that he had plus frames after the light legs situation, but not quite enough as Royal Nickel jumps out of it. The Rock! The Rock!
One of the things I will never get over is the fact that those rocks stay regardless of Krillin being on the field or not.
It's the only character in the game, that and Ginyu B assist, with his Ginyu 4 summons, that actually has that property. It's standard for most tag games. Like both BB Tag and Marvel 3, if your point character gets hit, your assist will still keep going. Dragon Ball actually has the assist shut off if you get hit. Unless it's Krillin!
Krillin putting in work. It's another situational wake up. Is it blocked? Is it hit? Reflected.
Ooh. Even though EX After Image has reversal properties, it doesn't have quite enough. Super Dash is active the entirety of the screen, after all.
That was good back away. I like the thought that went into that. Unfortunately, I do worry for Yamcha's sake right now. That
very rightfully so.
Floating above that Kamehameha.
Oh! We're blocking multiple overheads and instant air dash resets. Serendipity of the excellent defense. Royal Nickel gets like a cursed confirm angle, and Serendipity backdashes out of the plus frames. Oh,
wow!
No. Dragon Ball just said no. I think Serendipity had the right idea in trying to confirm an advantage, but it was a moment late and got Dragon Balled.
Unfortunately.
Royal Nickel up 2-1. One more game, and UC Davis will be winning the Android tournament.
I am sweating profusely just imagining this last couple of games.
There's a wonderful intensity happening right here as both these players are learning each other's habits and getting up. You can just see every single level up happening live.
It's that's another part about constant rematches. It's this game promotes like learning how people play, and so it's if you have the opportunity to keep playing one after the other, you're gonna see people start to kind of curb certain behaviors and adapt to how certain people play.
Resulting in more solid, more intense, more back and forth games.
Or more abuse of certain moves. It really depends on your mileage, but I think that is well below these two.
Well, if your opponent's spamming a move, it means you're spamming a mistake, and neither of these players are making enough mistakes in order to get spammed on.
No.
Serendipity with the first knockdown and gets their game plan online. This is the reason why they sparked Team Gohan early last game, is to get this exact situation. There's a moment, presses the button to continue the block string a moment early and is not ready. Ooh! Blocks it! The Yamcha pressure is starting to fall apart. Or more specifically, Serendipity is getting better at blocking it.
Opens him back up. That was a wonderfully placed Wolf Gale.
It spins, it hits on both sides.
It's basically, just razor blades.
The vanish to escape. Actually a smart move, because I don't think Yamcha can go into the anti-air spin there. With the note that Royal Nickel has not shown the same side frame trap option once with Yamcha. And now that Serendipity mashed an option, it's on the table.
Yep. That is another point.
Royal Nickel's pressure looking strong as Serendipity on tournament life right now. And they hold up all of UC Berkeley on this one Krillin.
UC Berkeley's Atlas, really.
Thought Atlas was taller.
I think the world on his shoulders kind of shrunk him.
Yep, that would do it.
Did something to his spine.
Oh, Royal Nickel. Excellent use of the Yamcha assist to take a single gap in the pressure. Oh, the Krillin Ki Blast control to shut down the cooler dive kick. The after image got hit by the 3H plus frames, respects it.
Once again gets caught by that low though.
There's enough of this. Because it's just straight into the knockdown. That's all the extension that Royal Nickel can put down.
Wasting time out of his spark.
Off of this. But jab
next to DR.
And gets the sparking vanish variation.
Someone's been doing their combo trials.
Resets in the GR. Meter optimal.
Takes a character.
Sparking's about to run out. And there's 2 characters and a spark on the table left for UC Davis. Berkeley here has a long hill to climb.
The after image gets anti-air, doesn't get the re-jump, that's a cursed situation. Reflects out, punishes!
He does have priority off of that reflect, too.
That was such a Dragon Ball set of cursed clashes.
That was good, though. That was, it brings us to the real fight between Trunks and Krillin.
And who can spend more EX special moves in the air to control space?
Unpunished sparking there.
5M starter. This is huge.
This
Full
is
corner carry.
going to be a lot of damage.
It's the loop. EX to guarantee the knockdown. Sends all the damage. Still has bar for EX meter. Half the bar EX meter. This potentially has the cross-up option.
Yeah.
Goes.
And he's... Oh, wow! That was a fantastic comeback from Krillin there.
Serendipity evens up the score. Full counts in Grand Finals reset.
This is the final match between the two.
This is why we love Dragon Ball. Serendipity of getting a strong round start, getting that momentum from the comeback, blocks the DP, but doesn't get the dash in order to punish it.
There's a lot of pressure being put on Royal. I don't know if Cooler's going to be making it. And
in order for that to actually get the proper cross-up wall bounce in the Dragon Rush, you need a very subtle delay on the 5-hit combination. And because it wasn't quite cornered, the delay was slightly different than usual. That was like a cursed situation for Serendipity, but Serendipity made it work. Royal Nickel barks out of pressure and immediately gets called out.
That
Down
is
to
a
2H.
read if I have ever seen it. Into level 3.
Goes empty low and gets reflected out of it. Oh, Serendipity detects a single frame gap in the pressure. Reflect punishes. Royal Nickel. Barking's running out right now. Yamcha comeback hours. Bark is gone.
A light tap is caught by frames.
Reflects out of the medium legs.
It was a good wolf
You
gale.
called that out previously. You said that Serendipity had been going high too often and was about to get EX spun on.
Ironically, I was expecting more with Krillin because of his wake-ups, but in this situation, that is really the best option against a flurry of kicks. Either that or you have the possibility of maybe getting 2H, or not 2H, excuse me. Yeah, 2H. But wonderful fucking groundwork from Yamcha there.
The medium kicks in particular, it has to be EX spin, and I think that was the situation that happened. Against EX, that has not been covered by an assist, you can do the 2H. But then you're threatening getting hit by the low, so I really like the choice of the EX spin from Royal Nickel. Real Yamcha hours are right now. Tournament life on Yamcha comeback. Mashing on plus frames.
Look, we saw Krillin last game just bring it back from all three. I think it's about time we get to see the same meme come true for Yamcha.
The 5H goes the overhead.
Punish.
5H again. Blocking.
Mash, he's built different. He's godly.
It's the timing for the Wolfang fist cancel. Drops the super.
Does he reflect? Does he have the time?
He has better than reflect.
I couldn't have done it better myself.
Royal Nickel, Serendipity. Royal Nickel representing Davis. Serendipity representing Berkeley. One character left. Full count. Grand Finals reset. No sparks. Oh,
Gets caught by
Serendipity
the Kamehameha.
gets the hit. Gets the corner carry. Has the meter. Level 3 knockdown. And is threatening both EX and Vanish setups for cross-ups.
What's the wake up?
Same side high. Same side low. Same side high. Blocks all of it. Pressed the cross-up and jumped out of it.
Unfortunately, he's caught by 2H.
Serendipity.
You have your winner.
Royal Nichols' defense at that last moment was incredible. Even the fuzzy jump to escape out of it, but Serendipity recognized the situation immediately and was ready with the falling anti-air. Serendipity is our Android League champion for the UCLA Collegiate Battle League.
That was a wonderful display from both of them, and Serendipity with that Krillin play as anchor, demonstrating just how strong of a character he really is. And the way they both were playing, that it was a wonderful set of 6.
Woo! That was such a good game, a set in order to end the tournament with. Wow. As Serendipity takes it for UC Berkeley.
It's huge. No, that was that was I mean both sides throughout all of those games. Between Cooler's grabs just randomly out of the air, absolutely just putting in work, to Team Gohan's kicks on top. It was back and forth, and I think that's the best way this game can be played.
Oh yeah, that final match coming down to the literal wire and the beautiful defense coming through from Royal Nickel to the very last moment. That was such a great set. As that's all that we have for tonight here at the UCLA fighting game community. But coming up later, the final day is not fully scheduled yet, but we do know it's going to be super late at night. We have another set, as the CBBL, the Collegiate Battle League, was split up into 2 tiers, the higher tier and the lower tier. We just finished the Android tier. The Super Saiyan tier will be happening on a later date, as we're going to be doing another one of these great tournaments, although I'm unlikely to be commentating it because I'm in it.
Likewise. So, make sure to tune in and see us bust out our characters as well, and the absolute Chad lads that'll be participating ahead of us as well.
As we have some true killers in that bracket. And if you want to keep updated on that, join the FGC at UCLA Discord, which I don't know if we have a link for it. And that's all we have for tonight.
Thank you.